Yes, guys, welcome back to Lads of Prospect podcast. Ben, how you doing?
All good, mate. How are you?
Oh, mate, absolutely buzzing after this
Buzzing.
weekend.
I'll tell you what, we got a lot to talk about.
Oh, mate, I tell you what a week it's been. It's been unreal, hasn't it?
There's been a lot happening.
I mean, what's your emotions like? Let's start with the quarterfinals. Let's start with England. It's the one we want to start.
Yeah, it's all we got to.
What's your thoughts?
We've done better than I thought. I did not think we scored 4 in one game.
I tell you what, it was unreal, wasn't it? Though, like,
I don't know what happened. I think it's after the second goal, they just went for it.
it was quite a cagey first half with a few errors, though, wasn't it? As well, like.
Yeah, I don't know, but second half, the quick succession within the goals, like that is the England we've been calling for the whole tournament, really.
Yeah, it was. Henderson getting his first goal.
Yeah, amazing.
Brilliant
Big
player.
man a long time. The penalty missed, disallowed goal.
So he's put us through it all just to get that one goal against Ukraine, doesn't he?
We'll take it.
Ukraine didn't really put up much of a fight, though, did they? To be honest, it was all pretty.
No, it was a walk in the park, really. I mean, it was easier than we expected. We knew it'd be an easy game, but
yeah,
it was meant to beat kids pretty much.
Yeah, it was, and it shows the level of England at that time, didn't it? Really.
We've been waiting for it though. They've not shown that in the tournament before.
Yeah, it was about time, wasn't it?
I mean, Germany is good, but we played defensive. But that's the first attacking game we've seen, which we've been waiting for since the start, pretty much.
Yeah. So obviously that was England got through 4-0, win against Ukraine. Yeah. Very positive.
Clean sheet again as well.
The next game was Denmark 2-1 against Czech Republic. What was your thoughts on that?
I was kind of surprised.
Yeah?
Yeah, I didn't. The thing with Denmark, they've got that spirit since the Ericsson thing. Like, they have so meaningful to play for, which does give them an advantage, like a mental set advantage. I just thought Czech Republic would be able to beat him, really.
I did as well. I mean, obviously, it started off with an early goal for Denmark, didn't it? Delaney, good header from the corner,
yeah.
There, but it was poor marking. And then Dolberg just before half-time, and then Schick just after half-time. And then it was
Schick got one, yeah.
After that, it was sort of, it was quite quiet after that. I mean, Denmark, fair play to them. They've been amazing throughout the whole tournament, haven't they? I mean...
Yeah, I mean, like I said, since they lost their first 2 games...
I mean, that's unreal, isn't it? To come back
and they've got through to the semis. I mean, fair play.
Yeah, I mean, it shows proper spirit and camaraderie. You've got to respect that, haven't you? Really?
So, yeah, 100%, mate.
That was obviously England, Denmark in the semi-finals, which we'll go on to in a bit.
We'll get that in depth, WC.
Oh, what a game! Then on the other side, we'll start off with Switzerland against Spain, and I've got to admit, obviously Spain won it on penalties 3-1. Wasn't the best penalty shootout.
Good game, though.
Started off with an early goal for Spain. Obviously, it was an own goal. I mean, 11 own goals this tournament. Something ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah, we'll take it. Spain will be happy with it.
I know. And then Shaqiri. I tell you what, Switzerland can be very proud of themselves. They've done very well.
To be fair, they took them down to penalties as well. It was not like Spain walked them over or anything like that.
I know. It was. They just showed pure desire, didn't they? Really, Switzerland and teamwork.
Yeah, they looked good. Like, there were times you think they could snatch a win or something.
I know.
But yeah, went penalties, and it just showed the quality really between 2 players and keepers.
Yeah, completely. And obviously Spain, they do what they do best, just passed them to death. Really, it wasn't really. I mean, it didn't work out too well, and I mean they won on penalties, but didn't do well in the 90 or the 120 minutes. But I mean,
that's the thing though. They play set up not to lose. They don't care if they draw. They'll take you to penalties, but they just set up not to lose.
And obviously the red card was a bit of a so-so, wasn't it? Really?
Yeah, I remember watching that. I went, I don't know about that one, but to be fair, the refs have been good this tournament, so I can't.
Big shout out to the rest. To be fair, it was
better than by Premier League. I'll tell you that for now.
And then one of the biggest games. I've got to admit, what an amazing game it was. So obviously Spain got through.
Yeah.
Belgium against Italy, 2-1 Italy. I've got to admit, mate, that was one of the biggest shocks of the tournament.
It wasn't a shock, but I wouldn't say it's a shock because everyone knew how good Italy was. You could easily see Belgium winning at the same time. Like it could go away. It was a team of 2 good attacks and 2 poor defenses, really.
Yeah,
although
no, I agree.
they kept clean sheets, they're not great defensively. They get exposed a lot.
Yeah.
But it was a great game to watch.
It was. I mean, I can remember right now that Insigne goal. He just curls it around the keeper. It was a lovely finish. And I mean, Lukaku getting that penalty just before half time and giving them a bit of hope.
That's what I thought. The first half was amazing.
It was, yeah.
That second half, it got a bit cagey and just don't know.
It's how it is in those big games, though, isn't it? Like, no one wants to lose, you know.
Literally, yeah. But I don't know. Second half kind of dried out a bit, but good game in total.
Yeah. So obviously that was Italy against Spain in the semi-final.
You got that one right as well, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Obviously Italy won that one on penalties, so Italy went through to the final. But another interesting but kind of cagey game, wasn't it? Really.
Yeah, it just is at these stages. And that's the thing. Again, it's gone to penalties. I mean, Spain, I don't know what is up with them, but they just love to just play the whole 120 minutes.
They've got quite an old team as well, haven't they, though, to be fair?
Well, you've been playing Croatia 120 minutes, then Italy. I don't know what their game plan is.
I've got to admit, they'd have been so much better if they had an actual striker as well.
Yeah. To be fair, though, Morata's goal was good.
It took him a while to score, though. I mean, he missed so many in the group.
Oh, don't get me wrong. He's shocking. I mean, I can hit a goal better than him.
Yeah.
It was a good goal for that because he missed a penalty, didn't he, as well?
You know what? With Morata, I think he's a brilliant team player, yeah. I think his link-up play and all that is good. But, you know, when he takes penalties, because he missed a few this tournament, it's before he kicks it, he just says sorry to the ball and then, like, kicks it. It's like,
just passes it.
It's just awful. Like,
there's no conviction to the shots or nothing.
I know. It wasn't amazing, but, I mean, they got it over the line. I mean, Donnarumma, what a beast at saving penalties as well. Got to give him a shout out.
He's lanky. He's so tall.
I mean, just amazing, really. Amazing. I mean, signed for PSG now, big contract. I mean,
we'll get into transfer news next few weeks, but PSG are looking good.
I know, really good to be fair. And obviously we can't forget Chiesa's goal either, though. I mean, that was some finish.
Yeah, little Carola.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I think Italy just had a bit of experience more than Spain in the end, and
yeah, that's the thing though. It is like the Chiellini's passion just drove Italy through.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he psyched out Jordi Alba.
Jordi Alba.
You know, when he gave him that big hug.
At that moment, you knew it was done. Me not punched him.
He just looked scared, didn't he? It was sort of like
you knew the penalties had gone for even it started.
I saw a joke because obviously don't want to spoil it, but I'm sure everyone's seen it. That obviously it's England-Italy final, and joke saying best play Jack Grealish against Chiellini because he has no brain, so he can't be psyched out.
Affected.
Anyway, so Italy are the first team in the final. Now, no shot guesses, but
no.
I wonder who the other team in the final is.
I mean, who else would it be? Not Denmark.
Nah, forget Denmark.
I mean,
England, boys. England.
Love it. We didn't make it easy for ourselves, did we?
Oh, far from it. Far from it. I mean,
I'll be the first to say it. Pickford, shocking.
Yeah, I mean, it's a weird one, isn't it? I mean, he's kept clean sheets throughout every other game apart from this one. I mean,
I don't know one good thing he'd done in that game against Denmark.
The first 25, 30 minutes, up until when they scored, we were very cagey, though, and like we weren't very impressive.
Within the first 2 minutes, they got through the through ball. Walker had to come and clear it.
It wasn't a good start at all, and then obviously Damsgaard with
it just showed the youth getting to the build up again.
It did, yeah. I mean, Damsgaard's free kick. I mean, don't take anything away from the strike. And
a great strike, fair play. Should have been saved though.
Yeah. I mean,
don't get me wrong, free kick's beautiful.
Yeah, and then obviously
Pickford's right there.
Just before half time, 40th minute, we go and
another own goal.
I know. I've got to admit though, I thought Sterling, if how if he wasn't there, the Danish defender.
Yeah, it was Sterling's going to score either way.
Yeah, and Saka, the Arsenal boy with the assist.
Yeah, good play.
I mean, cracking through ball from Kane as well, though, just to get it through.
What a midfielder.
I know.
He had a great game midfield against Denmark, didn't he?
I know. And then obviously the second half, we dominated the whole second half onwards. I'm pretty sure. That was my game.
It was. Yeah, it was just a case of us going for it. Like you see, the last 20 minutes, Denmark was just playing for extra time.
Yeah, and the thing is though, like in the second half we dominated, but there wasn't any end product, so it was just sort of like
we couldn't do nothing. They had 3 big centre backs. These 2 couldn't whip the ball in, so we're just there trying to pass around left to right through the box. We just couldn't do it.
I know.
We did awful against teams who set up to defend, like Scotland.
Yeah,
we just can't do nothing.
We should be better though. We should be better because I mean it's not like we're short of talent. That's the. I mean.
Yeah.
I mean.
Short of management.
Bringing on Jack Grealish did kind of change the game as well for us. It swung it all in our
100%. And Foden, when Foden came on next time, I thought he was class.
Yeah, and going into extra time, then obviously just before the end of the first half and extra time, we get a penalty. It's up for debate whether it's should be a penalty.
It's not. There's literally 3 reasons why that goal should have not stood, but I don't care at all.
I mean, we'll take it. I mean, there was obviously that ball on the pitch.
Yeah, so you got the ball on the pitch, which the linesman's right in front of, but just didn't want to call it, apparently. You've got the fact it wasn't a penalty.
There was a bit of contact, but it's just...
it's not a penalty.
Nowadays, though, you can go down for anything, can't you, really?
Nowadays, it's not a penalty. And then obviously you've got the controversy of the laser thing on Schmeichel.
Well, we'll get into that in a second, because that was quite...
Yeah, that's going to spark a debate.
I know. So, obviously, Kane, I've got to admit, on that run-up, he did look really nervous compared to, obviously...
So the thing is with me is everyone knows his main place is shooting to his left, the keeper's right, and he'll blast it in like that top corner roughly. Schmeichel knows that he plays in the Premier League with him, which is why they both dive the complete opposite way. My opinion, if you go the way you're comfortable with, if you're good enough, the keeper won't save it no matter what.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a good penalty. Great save, don't get me wrong.
It was.
But he made it kind of easy for Schmeichel at the same time. If you went the right way, he's always going to save it.
I tell you what, at least he got that rebound though. We're all about to.
Oh yeah, well I think he's a great midfielder. It was a lovely one too.
What, Kane's a midfielder?
I played there against Denmark, but I've not seen
him. He needs to stay up there. But at the end of the day, mate, we get the result. We get through. We're in the final. I mean, you can't be too annoyed, can you? But anyway, go on then. On to that Schmeichel issue then. So obviously,
my opinion. Right, this is my opinion, and I'm going to get hated for it.
Go on.
Done it. First of all, he's an idiot. We all know that. Should never have done it. Understandable. But he saved the penalty. It didn't affect him.
No.
Like, don't agree with it. Don't condone it. None of that stuff. But if he saved the penalty, and then it's not going to affect how it rebounded out to Kane after. So I don't see how it's affected the game at all.
No, I agree with you. I mean, UEFA obviously released a statement earlier on today, wasn't it, where they announced that they're looking into 3 things for England. So first was the booing of the Danish national anthem.
Yeah, which of course happened because it's England.
The thing is, though, I've seen it in a few games, or heard it in a few games even, where other teams or other fans have booed other people's national anthems. And obviously, it's obviously not the best thing to do. And I'm not condoning it, but I'm saying that you can't...
It's just what fans do.
It is. And it's not right. It's what happens.
It's the same way when a team gets announced, so you start saying the opponent's team players, you start booing. It's just part of football. It's not against the nation or anything like that.
No.
Because Denmark, everyone loved Denmark for its whole Euros.
Yeah.
But when it comes against England...
I know. It's always just against us, isn't it? I mean, we're treated like hooligans, like compared to rugby fans. We're like, they can't expect anything else, can they? Really? Then, separate us. They don't let us anywhere near each other. We get all this searching before, but when you go to a rugby stadium, you're allowed drinks inside the actual stadium. You can take whatever.
Yeah, don't know, but don't stop us.
Yeah, and obviously the next one was the Schmeichel one.
Yeah, I mean that's not going to get. I don't think they'll figure out who done that at all.
I don't know. There's so many cameras in the stadium, but I mean, we'll find out. I'm sure we'll find out soon.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do. And the last one, fireworks, weren't there?
Yeah, so they were claiming obviously the flares were classed as fireworks when England scored, which I find quite odd because I mean, obviously in most other leagues, and in the Premier League, you see it quite a lot when teams score, flares go off. So
Yeah.
I don't see personally, why that should be a fine, to be honest. Or
I'm not sure what these searches are doing before the games.
I know,
Because
I know.
they do a very good job.
No, it's awful, really. I mean, after obviously England managed to win it in extra time, which was just surreal,
Yeah.
really. First final in 55 years. Something to
I
say.
mean, I had to wait 19 years to see it.
I know, same. I feel it's amazing, though, isn't it? I mean,
Oh,
we've
£100%.
seen some really awful England teams, but witness this is something special. To be fair,
Yeah, you can just see, and also imagine winning the Euros, going into the World Cup next year.
oh, mate, it sets us up.
We're only going to be better as well.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we can always hope. I mean, getting the double would be amazing, really, wouldn't it? I suppose, but
Yeah, just getting one be bloody amazing.
I know. So, moving on then.
So,
Obviously, going on to the final, England, Italy.
yeah.
We on our Instagram, we'll leave it down below if you want to drop us a follow. Much appreciated. The first question was, who do we think is going to win the final out of England or Italy? So we got 16 votes, 12
Okay.
were for England to win, and 4
Yeah.
were for Italy. Obviously, I don't know if it's just because most of our followers must be English or whatever, but I love the support. It's confident. It's what we want to hear.
I mean, I'm with 12 people. It's coming, and I don't care if I'm tunnel visioned. It's got to.
It has to, really, doesn't it? I mean, we can all hope and pray, can't we? Really, I mean.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, and another one that was quite interesting, which was obviously one of the key positions that's been spoken about a lot was the right winger position for England. Obviously, Sterling starts on the left, and as much as you may not like him yourself, he has done very well this tournament, and I think he does deserve that left wing spot. On the right wing,
I don't know. I'm not going to debate about Sterling. But I'm not.
On the right wing, we put up a poll between Saka and Foden. So 12 people have voted, okay, and it's a very, very, very close one, yeah. So
I can see by your face, Saka won. I can tell. Little smug Arsenal fan.
You got to love him now, haven't you? You got to love Saka.
Him and a little unicorn in that video.
You just can't hate him, though. You can't. He's
a great guy. So go on, mate. Tell us the results.
Yeah, 7 people voted for Saka and 5 voted for Foden. I mean, they are obviously trying to be as unbiased as possible. They are both unreal players. Like, for their age, they're both obviously. I mean, you and me have spoken about them both multiple times, and they are completely different players, but do play in the same position. And it's just,
they're very similar attributes in terms of like just how they are on the ball, both kind of left foot kind of thing.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously they've gone for Saka as the overall one, but I mean, you wouldn't be upset with either of them, really.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing though. With the debate, you can say who you want. Either way, you're gonna be happy with either one of them.
No, they're that good though. That's how good our depth is this year. It's just It's amazing, isn't it? I mean, obviously, we all got upset before about Lingard or Ward-Prowse, but now you sort of look at it, and we've gone into the tournament. You've sort of got to think, to be fair, Southgate, he's done very well.
Yeah. Lingard's never getting in that.
No. I mean, I've got to admit, I think you and me said it before. We said we either play Rice or Phillips. We didn't ever think of actually playing them both, did we?
Yeah.
And they've both.
Thought Henderson be back.
So did I. I mean, Henderson's done well when he's come in, but he's not been, obviously. He's just clearly isn't fit enough to start, and play a whole 90 minutes. But Phillips and Rice have been sensational ever since they started. And
100%. I'm still Phillips a bit skeptical in terms of his positioning. He just rushes for the ball, which can work at times. Other times does leave a gap, but it is a good duo. It's working. I can't complain really. I question everything Southgate's done, or a lot of stuff Southgate's done this tournament, but he gets the results.
Yeah.
While he's getting results, I've got to back him pretty much.
That was an interesting one last night, wasn't it? Because he brought on Grealish, obviously. Grealish stepped up the tempo. And then obviously, just 10 minutes to go or whatever, he takes him off for Trippier. And people were obviously very upset about it and whatnot. But I can kind of understand why, because you've
got. I like it.
Do you? Yeah.
I like looking back at the time. I hated it, and I hate Southgate. Looking back at it now, it was a good move because he went 5 back. I mean, everyone knew it'd be Trippier, and he done what was right for the formation, which is the 2 quickest players out wide was Sterling and Foden to counter if he needs to, and it also shows he's not afraid to do something like that.
Yeah, it shows a lot of mental strength as well. Because I mean, we have all doubted Southgate, yeah, and sometimes rightly so, but within this tournament, so far, touch wood, he hasn't lost a game yet, and let's hope. I mean, we all hope that carries on, but I mean, we have no reason at this moment in time to doubt him.
Yeah, I mean, I still question almost every single decision he makes, but
he's got us the furthest we've got in 55 years to a trophy.
Exactly. As long as he gets the results, I will not complain.
No. So go on then. Let's go to predictions for the game then. I mean, you don't have to say a score because I know sometimes saying the score puts you on the spot too much.
I feel like we'll play better than we did against Denmark.
Why is that?
Something like Denmark, they just play far at the back and they just set up to defend and counter. And they just countered very quickly. It's the same how we played Scotland, but they just didn't counter very quick. But they set up far at the back, defend and counter. We cannot. I don't know why. Because we should be able to with our players. We can't find the gaps or play through the middle. Something like Italy. Don't get me wrong, it'll be the hardest game I've ever had in the Euros. They will come out and play, and they'll create gaps for us and create chances.
Yeah.
So realistically, I'm going to say 1-0 in 90 minutes. But my heart's telling me 1-0 England. On tunnel vision.
But the big question, Ben, forgetting the time or penalties or whatever, who at the end of the game?
England's lifting the trophy.
Lifting the trophy, yeah?
Kane's getting his first ever trophy. And his only trophy until the World Cup.
Unless he leaves Tottenham.
I mean, that is true. I don't know how he's getting out of that club, but that's for a whole different podcast.
That is completely. We'll be talking about that.
Mate.
But one final one then, just to round it all off and it's just obviously on opinion. Okay.
Yeah.
One more question we put on Instagram was who's been one of the most impressive players at Euro 2020 so far. Okay. And we've obviously had the likes of Saka, we've had Sterling, we've had Schick. He's had a good tournament, to be fair.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's been good.
Have you got any, have you got any other players? Doesn't have to be for England, any country that you think has really stood out?
Saka surprised me. I've been biased, but I've never watched him at Arsenal. I didn't rate him before the tournament. He's been way better than I thought. Schick's an obvious one. Didn't know he was before the tournament.
No, he's really stepped up, to be fair, as well, hasn't he?
And yeah, he's performed really well. I don't know who else. A lot of people are saying Pedri, the 18-year-old midfielder for Spain.
Yeah.
I've not seen too much, but everyone's saying apparently he's been really, really good.
Yeah, I mean, even Enrique couldn't speak highly enough of him, could he? So.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's.
No, I'll probably have to go Saka, really.
Yeah.
Just I've seen him the most, and he shocked me the most. Him and Schick.
He's been very good. One that did creep into my mind earlier, but I was sort of unsure because they didn't do too well. Is Dumfries, the Netherlands.
What a shout, Dumfries! What a player!
Because obviously they didn't go too far, but he was.
But in that group stage, amazing. Still though, he was amazing.
Unreal, wasn't he? Like Yeah. He really did.
Great shout.
He was just continually running up and down the line throughout the whole game.
Oh, actually, Gosens from Germany.
Yeah, another good shout. Obviously, against England, couldn't live up to the hype.
Yeah, I mean, he might know that game, but all the other games he's good.
No, yeah, that's a very good shout. I mean, you could go on all day, really. There's lots of.
You can make the starting 11 with it.
You really could. I mean, Donnarumma. Obviously, we all know he's been around for a while, but what a tournament!
Yeah.
What a tournament!
Yeah, the fact he's still never conceded more than one goal in a game for Italy is ridiculous.
Very impressive, isn't it? It is. Like,
although, has he played against England in the Euros 2020? No.
I mean, we can hope. We can hope.
So we'll see after that game.
But yeah, Ben, thank you very much. Thanks for joining us.
That's all right, mate. Enjoyed it. The next one will be after the final.
Please, England. Please. Thank you guys for watching. And
appreciate it, everyone.
Yeah, we'll see you all soon. Take care.
See you guys later.